I think Celtic have run a puff a lot in games in second half. And if you're 1-0 up in a tight game, you think bring on somebody like that who's got experience to see a game out. I think it would be beneficial. I think maybe that's the way he's seen it. Listen, the guy's not played for a year. He's not played since last May. Didn't play. He played on and off at Besiktas under 8 managers in 2 years. We think Scottish football was a bit crazy at times. Turkish and Istanbul football takes a biscuit when it comes to that. I mean, I think he's 8 managers in 2 years. I mean, Celtic are only halfway there in their year. So I got some. I think that's the guy. Obviously, I think he played for 3 managers in 15 years. I think he played under Southampton, under Atkins, Klopp, and Wenger. That was about it. Now he's had 8 years. Yeah, it's one that Neil would love to do. Listen, I've got to be honest. Speaking to Martin on Tuesday, was it Tuesday? I didn't think it sounded particularly confident it was going to happen. Just reading between the lines. Obviously, Martin plays a good cute game sometimes. I just thought that it didn't seem. It seemed that they asked the question, but it didn't seem that likely. However, things change. It looks now clear that he's not going to get an offer of the contract at Arsenal. I'm surprised that no one else has come in. Could be reasons for that, obviously, but we'll see. I wouldn't be hanging the hat on it quite yet, but still in the mix, that's for sure.
Yeah, I wonder, Mick. I wonder if a medical might present a problem for Oxlade-Chamberlain, because he has had a long-running issue with one of his knees, I believe, and so you wonder if there's some sort of confusion or doubt or something around it. It wouldn't be the biggest shock in the world to anybody if there was an issue with a medical. And given this is a short-term deal, and you wouldn't imagine he'd be coming up here on, the sort of bog standard beginners package in terms of wages. I think Celtic would need to be fairly certain.
I think he's going to go full gold all inclusive rather than the bronze badge.
Do these packages still exist? Yeah.
Full branded drinks rather than just the local stuff.
It's all inclusive for the Ox.
Yeah.
So Celtic will need to be really certain on that, and I think there has been, and it's obviously caused him a problem in the sort of tail end of his career. He's been blighted a little bit, so I would imagine if you've decided that you've agreed the terms of a package, whether it's the gold, platinum, or whatever, you then need to make sure, and the medical process might take a length of time. So that it wouldn't surprise me. I think you're right. This one cannot be rushed.
Yeah.
But if the medics take a look and they're happy, and obviously he has been training at Arsenal for quite a period of time now, as we said the other night, it makes sense. It's a deal that makes sense. It's a guy with a wealth of experience, a top player, a guy that knows how to get over the line and win titles, won a Champions League. Why wouldn't Celtic want somebody like that around if there is no concern about the actual fitness aspect and him being available to make a contribution between now and the end of the season? But there is a backup plan in place, isn't there?
Well, yeah, another name that's been bounced around. Listen, I don't want to be disparaging about certain players, but guys that haven't got clubs, we called it last year, didn't we? The Whoopsie counter. There's a few kind of big names, isn't there, kicking about?
With yellow stickers on.
We get a few guys with the yellow sticker option. So we're trying to be disparaging, we just managed to do it very well. But we're talking about players with big pedigree. The name that came out today is Bakayoko. Obviously, the French midfielder, vast experience. I mean, he went for some huge money through his career. I mean,
he's played with some massive clubs as well, hasn't
he? Monaco, Chelsea, AC Milan, Napoli. I mean,
Napoli,
latterly in Greece with PAOK, after being at Besiktas as well. I think he was. So he's been around. He's still only. I think he's 31.
31.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So his kind of career. I mean, he has kind of not saying off a cliff, but the last year or so, obviously not in any action. And so I mean, to me, the name that sounds like a great name, but that would be concern. I mean, it's a case of if it's just bodies and you think it might do a job for half a dozen games, then fair enough. And that's what we're talking about. I mean, medicals as well. Medicals aren't just. It's not like a yes or no. pass fail. It's not like that. It's maybe like, can this guy give us 4 months, or this guy give us 10 games or 15 games, or can he play an hour a week for 4 months? There's varying degrees of medicals. I mean, there's not most players have got issues somewhere, but guys that haven't played for a particularly long period of time are obviously more likely to kind of break down at some point, aren't they? So yeah, that's another name that's popped up. There will be guys who are free agents and unavailable. It's whether or not you take the risk on adding to them. I get the feeling that Martin O'Neill, he seems happy with his window, but he'd always want more. And I think he still thinks he's a wee bit short, especially in midfield as well.
This is the thing, that Martin O'Neill has to come out and face the front, be the public sort of figurehead at Celtic. He wasn't going to come out and say the transfer windows have been a shocker for us, but I bet you that's how he's feeling, and it shows. If your Celtic are now reduced to this, to scraping around after the window's closed, looking at guys that nobody else wants to sign, that's a problem. And I'm afraid there's no other way of looking at it than that. And it happened at the end of the summer window with Ian Acho. And Ian Acho has looked, when he's been fit to play, as if he could make a contribution. Yeah. But he's just not been fit to play very often. And this is the problem. And I don't care, what anybody says about this window for Celtic. It's been shambolic. It's not been properly structured. There's been no strategy, no planning. It came to a late rush of signings just to try and make it look as if they were busy and doing something and proactive right to the death. This is not the way Celtic Football Club should be being run. And Celtic shouldn't have to wait until the market's closed and you're left looking at the damaged goods to see, can anybody there do a job for us for a few games? I think it's embarrassing. I think it reflects terribly on the way the club's being run right now. And if it wasn't for Martin O'Neill, and Martin O'Neill might still just have this sort of magic left in him to get Celtic over the line. But if I'm a prospective next manager, I'd be looking at this, I'd be really concerned, because this is no way to run a football club. Yeah. Never mind a club with aspirations of being a Champions League top-end club. This is not impressive in the slightest.
Oh, I mean, you got to see, right, the entire club needs to have a rethink about how they operate in the next 4 months, because a new manager can't come into this situation. Like you say, I mean, it's been fairly shambolic. Listen, I think the early-ish business done at Rojo and Chankara look decent signings. I think the ones that came deadline day, I've got my reservations about, I must admit, because there's no way these are guys that have been scouted and properly recruited. These are guys that have popped up. These are guys that they could have got at any point in time during the window, by the way. I mean, they're not wanted by their clubs. Not exactly a massive queue at the door trying to get them. Instead of taking them in because they had to, needed bodies, and they fitted the kind of roles needed. They needed another striker, needed another winger, needed a centre-half. The reek of desperation and panic around these kind of signings in the last day. Listen, and no serious club is running about on deadline day to fill key positions in their team. I mean, sort of needed a right winger since July when Kuhn left. And they get a guy in the last minute of the window who then has medical issues and then to downgrade it from a transfer to a loan. That's not forward planning or structural thinking at all. So yeah, lessons. I mean, the old classic Celtic lessons have to be learned. Statement will be coming out shortly, I've no doubt. They just need to hope that these guys have got something to prove and are up a platform to do it. So they might. I mean, they have had periods in their careers when they've been decent, not recently. So they have to take advantage of the platform they've got. But in terms of overall structure, it's fairly. I mean, if you're running about after the deadline, you know you've got a problem.
I just feel that Martin O'Neill deserves better than that, Mike. Given what he's doing this season, at the age he is, he's come back in for a second time. He's positioning himself as a human shield for this board, and they've really not. I don't think they've certainly not pushed the boat out.